Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Of course, we're gonna talk about a whole host of things. You guys know I can't just and do not talk about one thing, of course. But I hope you had a beautiful and wonderful Saturday. Hey, Tawana. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Girl Baller Room. I appreciate you being here this morning. No, run review happens tonight, Ladybug. We're going to be back on live on TikTok this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we're going to talk about it. I can't wait for us to have that discussion. So it's going to be fun. I love our movie discussions because we always pick some pretty interesting movies. And we have a really good discussion when we have those discussions about movies. So I'm looking forward to it this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Belog, thank you so much. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Yeah, we'll talk about it tonight. Hey, Tara. Good morning, beautiful. That's going to be a nice discussion tonight. Hold on, I'm trying to adjust my stand here. There we go. And of course, Trump did make an appearance yesterday. He went to not work again. All he did was play golf again. The only thing that I would say that I notice, hey, Deb, good morning, that I notice about Trump is he's a lot larger than he was his first term. And genuinely, when you gain a whole bunch of weight, that's not necessarily a good thing. So I'm just going, the memes that I see on Trump, he has like a 6-pack and all these things. And I'm like, the only 6-pack he's carrying is a 6-pack of Coca-Cola. Like, there are no other 6-packs. Yeah, I would agree, Deb. He's swollen from dealing with CHF. But there's clearly something going on that the White House just is not being honest with us and telling us the true health situation of the president. And I find it even more interesting because the House wants to do an investigation into Joe Biden's health. Okay. But I want you to also investigate the president that's sitting right there right now. I mean, we're supposed to pretend we don't see those ankles. We're supposed to pretend we don't see those feet. I like that the medical side of TikTok is clocking it. You're absolutely correct. The medical side of TikTok has picked up on it, and they're discussing it based upon their medical experience and what they know, which means TikTok also won't take it down. See, when you and I talk about it, it can get a little funny place with TikTok because they can call it misinformation. But when you're talking about healthcare professionals, it turns into a different situation. TikTok isn't so quick to flag it as misinformation. Some say that it is some heart failure involved, Lisa. I'm not a medical expert, so I don't know, but some say that it is. So I that's why you guys don't see me really make content about that, because the last couple of times I tried to, TikTok was like, oh, it's misinformation. And I'm like, how's it misinformation if I'm basing it on reports in the news? But because I think it's because I'm not a medical professional. Because I've seen medical professionals say pretty much the same thing and they're not getting flagged. And TikTok tends to trust them because they are from the medical field. So I'm like, let them do their thing and talk about it. FM Mir says, I was diagnosed with it in 2023 and had the same symptoms. Wow. It's not, it's science. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it. Look, if we're lucky. Say it again, Charlie. Things that make you go, Hey, Dee, good morning. So if we're lucky, I would just say from what I can see, he's not in the best of health. I can say that. He's not in the best of health because when you get swelling in your legs and feet, that means you have some circulatory issues. Everybody knows that. Now, I can tell you, I asked my doctor, when I had a doctor's appointment a couple weeks back, I asked my doctor, I said, now you see the president's feet and legs swollen. What is that? She also said CHF. And then she said on top of that, he should not be flying. That's something that she made very clear. She said he should not be flying. She said with circulatory issues like that, he shouldn't be flying. It's very dangerous and he shouldn't be doing it. Well, he can't step down. He can't feel his foot. And listen, we all know when you get swelling in the feet, at some point you start to lose feeling in them. So it's no surprise that we don't see Trump walking around as much anymore because you lose feeling, but it also hurts. I have multiple sclerosis. And so there are times where I've had this situation where my feet can almost feel like they feel swollen, but they're not swollen. It's because it's more of a neurological thing. But it almost feels like frostbite. It feels like that. That's the best way I can describe it. But it feels like a frostbitten limb. And swollen limbs feel the same way. When you get up to a certain point, it starts to feel like frostbite kind of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like pins and needles. That's why I say frostbite, because frostbite reminds you of walking on pins and needles. It's kind of like that. Hey, Sanopa, good morning to you. Right, he's just old. He's almost 80, but Republicans said we can't have old presidents, remember? They said if they cognitively decline, he's not supposed to be president, according to Republicans. And if you read some of the statements of some of the things that Trump says, you go literally, what the hell is Trump talking about? What conversation is he having? He must be having this conversation that the rest of us are not having, because it usually doesn't make any sense what Trump is talking about. We're talking about X, he's talking about Y. You know what I mean? So that's why I say cognitively he seems affected too. Listen, he always seemed a little cognitively affected. Let's just be honest. Eating the cats and dogs, anybody listening to that shit and thought that he was okay, got a problem. Anybody listening to that. Y'all, the bots are triggered this morning. Hunty. They are triggered this morning. Hunty. Okay? Hey, Nicolas Cage. I always remember you because I love that damn name. Nicolas Cage needs to change his name to that. I hope he keeps eating Mickey D. He is. I wanted to put this picture up this morning because, you know, there's always Trumpers that come into my live. And a big thing that they always want to talk about is that's not real. That's not real. Well, you believe that was real. So why you can't believe that's real? That's right in front of your eyes. Look at the side profile of Trump. Like, I'm going to switch. I have one that's even closer of him. Look, the side profile, he's gained a lot of weight. Look. Jowls. He has jowls all down up in here. There is no difference between his like lower jaw and like neckline. Hey, Juicy, good morning. No difference. He needs at least a sports bra. At bare minimum. At bare minimum. Yeah, those pictures aren't old, Wanda. I went digging. They're not old. This is a current picture that was yesterday. It's not old. I went digging on that. And it's not old. That's that new body. It's not 2019 though. It's not 2019. Quiet as kept. Even if it was 2019, it just lets you know he been bad built for a minute. That's how I look at it. So even if people say that, he been bad built for a minute. Those ankles and those legs and those knees ain't 2019. In 2019, Trump didn't have that kind of swelling on his legs and feet. He did not. He didn't. Right. And they keep saying that Trump is the most physically fit president we've ever had in our lives. He was seen yesterday. This was from yesterday. He was seen yesterday. Want me to tell you how come I know Trump is still around? because JD Vance not running wild. You understand? JD Vance is not running wild. That's how come you know Trump is still around. Now, but I do believe that he's having some medical issues. For sure. See, what I do know is this. If he has all that swelling on his feet and legs, he's having some serious medical issues. He's having medical issues. And until that changes, listen, Coleslaw, you know what I was taught? I was taught that evil curates. Evil, it gets pickled. Like it sticks around for a while. That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. Evil pickles. Evil is very tough. Evil fights. Okay? All of that anger and stuff, that helps to preserve them a little longer. Unfortunately for us. But that's how I see it. Hold on. I was getting rid of some MAGA man that's upset that I said something about his boyfriend. Y'all know MAGA men get so upset. Don't you talk about my boyfriend. Thank you all. I appreciate that. Don't you talk about my boyfriend. Yeah, people that are very mean tend to live. But I'm going to tell you why I think they live for a long time. I'm going to tell you why. It goes back to that thing I told y'all about all the time. Most of the time, a lot of times, because evil people don't care about other people, they mind their own business and they be focused on their own shit so much. I'm telling you, being focused on other people's shit, that's the shit that ages you and makes you die faster. I'm telling you. But mean people, evil people, they stay in their lane and mind their business. Right? They only care about the shit that impacts them directly. If it doesn't impact them, they don't care. They don't care. But when you spend your time all up in somebody else's business, that shit gonna stress you out. That's the stuff that takes you to an early grave because you're so concerned about everybody but your damn self. That's real talk. It's what I keep trying to tell y'all. In your quest to be so focused to save people that voted for this shit, you'll run yourself into the ground, stress yourself out. Stop doing that. Why are you trying to save people from themselves? Yep, the good die young. And evil lives forever because evil minds its business. The good is always meddling. Always in somebody else's business. See? Pickles is telling you, tried to help people before and they ended up aging me 10 years and 2 years. That shit is facts. You better learn to mind your fucking business and pick and choose when you're going to insert yourself into somebody else's business. That's real stuff. Because their shit will stress you out. It ain't even your life and you stressed about it. You're more stressed about their life than they are. Think about it. You end up more stressed than they are about their own life. All because you in somebody else's business. Learn to mind your business. Why you think Karen's always got that skin like old Coach bags? Because they always in somebody else's business. That's why. They're always in somebody else's business. They never in their own damn business. They never in the business of finding some sunblock. You understand? Some moisturizer. Some ass. Learn to mind your business. I'm telling you, minding your business is free. It's just so many people don't like to mind their business. It's weird to me. Thank you so much, Calvin. I appreciate that. It's weird to me. It's like, mind your business. If you did that, you wouldn't age as fast because you ain't stressed about shit that ain't your business. You get it? And it is extremely freeing, Clara. It is. It is. It is very freeing to mind your business because it keeps you out of shit that ain't your business. Because see, you know what happens when you get in other people's business? It's inevitable that somebody says, mind your business. This ain't even your business. Then you in your feelings. How dare they talk to me that way? How dare them? But they were right. Mind your fucking business. Mind your fucking business. Say it again, Zarvis. I was taught. My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. I was taught that at a very young age. I learned that I was taught that at home, but I remember us saying it in elementary school, middle school, but somewhere along the way, probably in high school, we started getting nosy. Okay? Okay? That's what I learned to mind my business. I was taught that at home because I was also taught curiosity can kill the cat. That shit is real. When you go getting nosy, you can put yourself in harm's way with your nosiness. Think about how many good Samaritans got hurt trying to be helpful. I'm not saying you can't be helpful, but you got to pick and choose your battles. Yep, that's it, Tammy. Mind your business because it's free. Y'all like free shit? I like free shit too. Minding your business is free. You can get yours every day. Learn to do that shit. Yep, and other people's opinions of you are not your business. I'm going to tell you something else I was taught. My grandmother taught me, she said opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one, but you don't want to smell it. And that's a fact. That's a fact. We all got an asshole, but I don't want to smell other people's asshole. So I pick and choose. I don't run around. No, that picture's not from 2019. I don't run around asking opinions from people that I don't care about. And I don't care about what other people think about me. You need to care about what you think about you. I'm going to keep that as a running theme. I had said that the other day in a live. Folks need to be more concerned about what you think about you versus what everybody else think about you. Y'all spend too much time focused on the others. And guess what? Those other people, they're too busy trying to get the attention and love and adoration of other people. That's what the other people are doing. Stop worrying about them. Focus on yourself. Because when you think about it, the people that you adore the most, you know why you adore them? They know who they are and they don't give a shit what anybody thinks about them. That's a fact. Yep, Bernie Mac said, fuck those people. The people you like the most, you like them because they don't care what nobody thinks about them. That's why you like them. Just think about it. Even people in your personal life, because they walk to a different drum. They do their own thing. They don't care what nobody thinks. They don't care. They genuinely do not care. They be sitting there like, file that under shit I don't care about. I don't care about what other people think about me. That's not my business. Ain't that what RuPaul used to say? What other people think about me is not my business. See, it goes back to minding your business. See? Mind your business. Zarvis, it's extremely freeing when you don't care what other people think about you. See, that's the stuff that allows me to walk into a room. I can be in a room with a sea full of women, right? A sea full of women, right? And all of those women in that room got $400, $500, $600 purses, $1,000 purses, red bottom shoes. I'm going to walk in, hunty. I might even wear a pair of shoes from Walmart, whatever I want to wear, because I wear what I want to wear, what I feel comfortable in. I don't give a shit about impressing people who don't pay my bills, nor about my shit. You understand? And by the time I leave that room, they like, oh, where you got this from? Walmart. Temu. And then they're taken aback like, huh? You know why they're taken aback? Because what they call bravery, I call minding my own business. I'm wearing what I want to wear for me. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I saw something. Hold on. I was booting Addy because Addy thought that he was going to use my thing on me. Addy, you got to be quicker than that. Bye, Addy. Bye, Addy. He tried it. He said, now I'm going to just tell you what he said. He said, yeah, I have many friends that voted for Trump, but I let them do them. Okay, well, with your 152 followers, you can go over there and do you too. They be trying me all the time. Now, Deadpool, you say you have a lot of followers because you do me. Exactly. On TikTok, I would say on social media, period. If you're who you are, whatever your audience is, that audience is going to come. But you just got to be genuine to who you are. Because you ain't going to be for everybody. You understand? You're not going to be for everybody. And that's okay. I think a lot of times, because people don't like rejection. People do not like rejection. And I'm going to say something that's not very popular, but I'm going to say it anyway. Especially women. I said what I said. Women don't like rejection. Because women, we don't have to deal with it very often. So in any situation in which somebody doesn't accept us, we are adverse to that shit. We don't want to be a part of that. We go, those people are full of it, this, that, and the other, because we're not used to rejection, at least not in a place where we want to be, right? You don't care to get rejected by shit you don't want because you don't want it anyway. But when you want to be someplace and you can't be there or you're not getting the response that you want from it, then you start to care. That picture is not from 2019 SBC. Did you know that I block very quickly when people come in my live and ask me questions and make excuses for Trump? Now you can tell your friends. All you had to do was come in and be quiet. That's all you had to do. Well, I know you're a Trumper. I know this, right? Just like Use Logic. Use Logic is the same person we just blocked. They just came back with their other account. You were so mad that I blocked you. You signed into your full-person account and came right back. Well, we blocked that one too, beloved. Every account you create will block. Thanks for playing. You would think MAGA would get tired, but they never get tired. So it's just endless material for me. I thank you for that. Hey, Val from Be More, how you doing? Don't you love how Westmore, Maryland's governor, he's saying fuck off Trump? Because Trump wants to send the guard to Baltimore. And Westmore like, no, you're not sending nobody nowhere. Yeah, that is Trump that we see there. Some people tried to say that's not really him. That is Donald Trump. I mean, think about it. Where are you going to find a guy as bad built as he is? Wait. Let me stop. The Republican Party is full of bills like that. Let me stop. It's really not that hard to find somebody built like that. You go to if you left your house today, I guarantee you're going to see a whole bunch of body forms just like that. It's nothing. It's easy to get a body like that. I don't have followers because I don't want any, no presence over. Ain't nothing wrong. It's less problems for you. You know what I found for me? Because for a long time, I avoided, like I have my own personal social media accounts, but I really avoided doing anything heavy social media with myself because I just, I don't like the shits. So what I found is once I started doing it, trolls love oxygen. If you starve them of oxygen, trolls go away. So I monitor my comments. I don't fight with trolls. I just delete them. Or I block them. Because eventually I found out trolls get tired. But if you stay consistent, you'll actually outlast the troll. Just don't feed them. It's okay to have 77 followers, Lisa. That's perfectly fine. Because sometimes the more you get, the more stuff can be involved. You know what I mean? How do I determine between a troll and a legitimate debater? Okay, that's a good question. For some reason, TikTok won't let me show your comment. I don't know what that's about. But for me, Honestly, when I say it's my spidey senses, it's a lot of that, to be honest with you. A lot of it is my senses. I'm 50 years old. I've been around a long time. I know what a troll you kind of just know how they speak. They kind of all use the same cadences, the same sort of trigger keywords. They use the same kind of fucking script. You just got to pay attention to it. They're all disingenuous in their conversation with you. They just want time. And the other part of it is I'm willing to get it wrong sometimes. I'm okay with making a mistake. I'm being honest. I'm okay with making a mistake. I will block their ass and then unblock you if I was wrong, but I'm okay with making a mistake. You know? So that's how I look at it. Yep, Miss Brenda, because see, Americans don't understand. We're kind of lucky. Trump is listening to the hacks. Trump is listening to the hacks. And because he's listening to the hacks when it comes to his medical stuff, well, he's still listening to them. Well, those people aren't going to help Trump. Those people are making it worse for him. Say it again, Robbie, because that's why when they say Bill Clinton's in those Epstein files, I always go, I still want the files. You make it seem like saying Bill Clinton's name is going to get me to say, no, don't give us the files. I still want that shit. If he's in there and he was a part of that shit, he should go down too. No, I don't think he's gone. Trump was around yesterday. This was a quick picture that they got yesterday. He was around. He played golf yesterday. But I do believe that Trump is sick. And I do believe that it's getting harder and harder to walk on those swollen foots and legs. That's why you don't see him as much. I'm telling you, that's why. Because it is hard for him to move around on those legs and feet without you noticing that he's impacted by something. Clinton was seen carrying around a portable defibrillator. Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised. Bill Clinton's old. He old. And we all know women take better care of themselves than men do. And what I do remember distinctly about Bill Clinton, his ass loved McDonald's too. He loved McDonald's back in the day as well. He loved it as well. Remember when he used to go jog? See, I'm from the DMV. I remember when Bill Clinton used to go jogging around DC, and he would always make it his business to stop at the damn McDonald's. Okay? And they would always be talking about the president's vice was fucking McDonald's. Just like Donald Trump. So if you eat that shit over and over and over, it's going to catch up with you. Notice Hillary Clinton ain't have no triple bypass. Catch it. Women always take care of themselves better than the men do. And the women tend to outlive their husbands, statistically speaking. More often than not, the women outlive the men. So I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised. What do I think is the most shocking thing that MAGA believes? That Donald Trump is healthy? Honestly. And that he is cogent, that he can make good decisions. That's the biggest thing, that they think he's healthy. Because Donald Trump is as unhealthy as they are, if not more. Oh, yeah, and Bill Clinton's from Arkansas, so I know he was eating a lot of things his ass shouldn't have eaten, but he ate them anyway. He ate them anyway. You can tell Hillary Clinton took better care of herself. I'll just say that. Because when you look at Bill Clinton versus Hillary Clinton as far as aging, they have not aged the same. They have, and she's married to him. It goes back to men are going to do what men are going to do. That's the bottom line. And women are going to do what women are going to do. But women are not going to do what men do just because men do it. Robbie, the reason why they complained about Sleepy Joe and elected a 17-year-old, because Donald Trump did a very good job about convincing them that he was young. He's not young. Listen, MGD, butter is our best friend. My family's from the South, so I got this thing about butter too. I love butter. I don't use margarine. Oh, I have an addiction to butter. I still pop popcorn on the stove and then we'll melt butter and pour it all over it. Whoa, Clinton had a quadruple bypass. Wow, I didn't know that. But I'm not surprised. And that's directly because of how he eats. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he had it in 2004. Yep. He underwent a 4-hour quadruple bypass operation. I'm not surprised because he liked a lot of McDonald's. I remember distinctly. Yeah, he did jog and all that other stuff, but chances are Bill Clinton was eating, to some other folks' point, he's from Arkansas. He was eating some other shit besides that. Bro was having fat back, all types of stuff, man. He was from Arkansas, and I know Bill Clinton loved a good down-home meal. That's what I do know. Oh, you're originally from Arkansas, MGD. And you're in Cali now. Okay. Oh, he's now a vegan? That explains why he's thinner now. That explains it. And lovely for you, that picture's not fake. That's what the internet says. It's not a fake picture. Trust me, I was digging this morning a lot because then I ran into a video where it was somebody from TikTok talking about he had proof that the picture was fake. And I was reading from people and they were like, yo, that's bro needs to get out a little bit more. Yeah, that's what Trump does best. Listen, the big thing I would say to the American people is this. I'm just going to ask you a question. How much are you willing to lose to continue supporting, to continue to have leadership like this? Because your groceries are just, like, I got to go to the grocery store today. I already have anxiety that has set in because I know I got to go to the grocery store today. And I don't know what's going to be there when I go in there. What do I think about all of the AI Rambo Superman Trump art? It's projection. That's who they wish Trump was. That's who they wish Trump was. Hold up. I gotta write something. See, a lot of times, a lot of the people in MAGA that are creating that stuff, the reason why they create that stuff is because they wish they were big and strong. Good morning, Kitty. Good morning, Ace. And let me stop for a second and say good morning to everybody. Thank you for being here. Good Sunday morning to you. Oh, I type fast. Not as fast as I would like to type. Not as fast as I used to type. See, growing up, we didn't have the internet. So my idea of a good ass time, I literally would sit and play type. I would learn to type because we didn't have computers and all. We didn't have like an at-home computer. We had typewriters and shit. So I used to type that phrase, all good men. What is it? All good men. I forget what the phrase is, but we were doing that stuff. Oh, Goth, you so mad. Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? I sent you on your way, beloved. Oh, you used Mavis Beacon. I remember that. And I remember playing typing games. Like we would play typing games that would, when we could get to a computer, we would play typing games. And you could shoot down the alien ships, but you had to type the right words. Yep. All good men must come to a something, something, something. But all good men must come to the aid of their country. Yep, it was something like that because it would give you that range of motion on a keyboard. And I literally would just sit and type that shit for hours and hours because it was learning a new skill. Yeah, that's what we did. So that's how I learned how to type. So look, dude said I tested out a typing class at 12. Listen, we had to know how to type. So that's why when computers came along, well, shit, we already knew how to use a keyboard technically because we had used typewriters. So we knew how to type. That wasn't the issue. The issue was then just learning how to use a computer. And once we learned that, shit, we was in like Flynn. So, I remember those days. I remember, listen, I still know how to center words on a piece of paper through a typewriter without using the centered function on a typewriter. It's math. That's how we learned it. You counted all the letters and spaces and you divided it by 2. You would fold the paper in half, tab all the way to that middle portion of the paper, and backspace the amount of spaces that, the amount of spaces from that math problem that you divided by 2. That's how we got words centered on the page. I remember that shit because that's what we learned. We learned a lot. See, y'all forgot. See, we so in this new society of shooting everything to us, all this information so fast, y'all forgot about all the stuff we learned back then. I still remember that shit because it was fun too. Yep, 10 keys on a cash register was amazing. I remember those days. It was markedly different then. But I remember having to learn how to do that stuff. I remember taking home economics. I remember taking shop class. Those were actual classes that we had. I remember when we first had our first computer class. And at that point, computer was only teaching how computers worked. Computers work computer language based on zeros and ones. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I remember that. Because there was nothing fun that there was no internet at that point. We had the computer, but we still didn't have no internet. You know what I mean? We still didn't have no internet. Yep, we had DOS, binary code. Oh, God. I remember those days. Yep, and you went to computer class about once a month. It wasn't a weekly thing. It wasn't an everyday thing because at the time, it was still very new, and they were just teaching us computer language. I was learning computer language in middle school. I remember that whole zeros and ones, the binary language, all that shit. I remember. They didn't wait until high school and college to teach you that shit. We were learning that then because they wanted to make sure that the kids were keeping up with. They kept telling us that stuff was rapidly changing. I remember. Do y'all remember this? I remember where computer class was. I remember we thought we were so fancy. Y'all remember when we started pinning banners? And they had that banner printer paper and you would load it into the banner printing machine and you would have to line the holes up with the holders in the machine. And you thought you were doing something so brand new, honey. Yes, the print shop, honey. We thought we were doing something so new because we were printing a banner. Then we would color our banner, and then we really thought we was fancy when we could print banners in color. Shit, you couldn't tell us nothing, honey. You couldn't tell us nothing. Do you understand? You couldn't tell. We thought we was the business. Okay? Be like, go home to your parents. Look, mama, I printed a banner in class today. And I colored it. It was better than taking a picture. We thought we were doing some shit. Yep, I remember when they brought computer programming in, when that happened. Y'all, I still remember when video games first came about. Like today, I got a TikTok shop video I have to shoot. Look, I took a free video game thing, so I have to shoot it. This is why I tell y'all I like to buy shit out of TikTok shop. Because if I buy it, I get to choose if I want to do a video or not. But if you don't buy it and they give it to you, you got to do that fucking video. You think I'm too angry? Well, I think you need to go cook something this morning. That's what I think you need to go do, so I just sent you to go do it. Coming in here telling us that. Don't nobody want to hear that. But I was thinking yesterday, I said, man, back in the day, if you came up in like the 70s, 80s, even early 90s, I'll give you a little bit of it. Oh, what a time to be alive. I remember when there were no video games. If you wanted to play, your ass had to go outside, right? You just had to go outside. It was the only way that you could play. But when they came up with that ColecoVision, that shit was the best. The best. Do you understand me? The best. Oh my gosh. When we first got that. Oh, you know why they out enforced their trigger? Because it's just one man logging in as female accounts and women accounts and female accounts and women accounts. Some unemployed man living in his basement. Yeah, see, you remember ColecoVision? Man, I love that thing. And then Atari came out after that. Because ColecoVision was first. Was it the Commodore? Was it first? One of those was first. But Atari wasn't the first one. Atari was the best one, but it wasn't the first one. But I remember when Atari finally hit, my favorite games on that thing. Don't get me started for Burger Time. Listen, that game console that I'm doing the video for today, I had bought one out of TikTok Shop last year that me and my kids play a lot because it got the old school games on there. You got Double Dribble. You got old school Sonic the Hedgehog from the first Sega Genesis. You got Narc. I know y'all remember Narc. I used to play Narc. They got Breakout, Super Breakout. They got Burger Time. So I've been playing it on that other console. So this other console popped up on TikTok. It looks like a little mini Super NES. And it has all the old school games. I've been playing that damn thing. I am going to do a video about that today. That thing is cool. I like it because these new age video games today, as much as they're cool with graphics and all that other stuff, kids today, they get taken, or anybody playing games today, those microtransactions will tear your ass up. They get you on microtransactions. Like you pay all this money for the game and you pay all this money for the gaming system. But the microtransactions is the shit that gets you. The $1 here, $2 there, $3 here, $1 there. Before you know it, you've spent another $150, $200 in that fucking game. That's what I liked about old school games. When you bought a game, that's it. You owned it. And if you and your friends wanted to play each other on that game, what happened? You either would take your gaming console to your friend's house or everybody would come over your house. And y'all would sit around that game and y'all would play that game forever. No, new games are not for the poor. See, in our day, you could be poor and still have a video game console. Because games were cheap and we would loan each other games. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't the only one that remembers having a Super NES. And sometimes when your game don't read right, you blow in it. Stop playing with me. We would blow in that thing. We came up with techniques. I remember we would blow inside the cartridge to try to get out any dust. If that didn't work, we'd go get a Q-tip, put a little bit of alcohol on it, rub it on the inside of the cartridge. You're like, maybe I just need to clean it in there. I know I ain't the only one. Pick up your game consoles, you blowing in it. Long before they started making that compressed air in the can, we were the compressed air. We were blowing all inside of the console, trying to figure out how to, then you slide your game in a certain way and you push it down and it won't read and you just keep doing it, and then it finally clicks. And then you realize, okay, when I slide the game cartridge in this certain way, this game reads. Yeah, see, I know I'm not the only one. And you couldn't blow inside that game too hard because if you blew too hard, you put spit all in it and it still wouldn't read. I remember that. Those were the fucking days. We had such a great time playing video games where we would all be crowded into either somebody's small bedroom, a living room, and we're all sitting there playing games together all day long. We done took our little money. We done went to the corner store, bought us some snacks, some penny candy and some other snacks because it was cheap to buy snacks then. Then y'all all come back to the house and we're sitting at the house together all day playing video games. I remember that. That was a great time to be alive. We had a good, fun time. We didn't have no internet. We didn't have no cell phones. None of that. Ooh, which became Madden. None of those games became Madden. I remember John Madden was its own game when it came out. It was its own game. Look, I'm old enough to remember when the first Madden came out, okay? It was never another game that turned into John Madden. John Madden had his own fucking game. It was just his own game when it came out. Prior to that, we had like some other games. I can't remember the name of the football game that we had. But my favorite game was, I didn't really play the football one very much. I used to like Double Dribble. Because it was nothing. If you got a three-pointer, it was do-do-shh. I know y'all remember that. And if you got into a rhythm on Double Dribble, it was just a battle of the threes. So it was about who had the most points. Yep, Tecmo Bowl was the foot. Yeah, I did play Tecmo Bowl. Yep, say it again. He's on fire. Man, because Double Dribble, it will become a battle of the three-point shot. And whoever has the most points by the time the time runs out. Bajush, 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 bajush. Listen, I remember. Yep, I remember when NBA Jams came out. That's why I like to buy the old school gaming simulators. They're cheap, and I can play all the old school games I want. And guess what? The cheat codes still work. Because y'all know I be looking up them old cheat codes. Left, right, up, down, A, B, A, B, A, B, start. I know I ain't the only one. Oh, look, I still play Mike Tyson Punch-Out because I play it on the simulator. I still play that thing. I used to love NBA Jams. Man, I still play Contra. And we play Super Contra. Now look, I'm gonna put it all out there. My husband sucks at Super Contra. Sucks. Do you understand me? It's like soon as the game starts, dead already. How? How are you dead already? We're supposed to be, listen, anybody that's played Super Contra, like you know how Super Contra work, right? You can't play that game without two people. You need two people, okay? Nerd alert. There were a couple times I cut the eye like, bruh, you about to be, listen. Okay? Okay? Look at Marvin. Marvin like, up, down, left, right, A, down. We knew those cheat codes because you had to know those cheat codes by heart. The thing with Super Contra is everybody knows it's a tag team game, right? We all know this, right? And the game is fast. We also know once you move forward, you can't go back. It doesn't allow you to do that. Back in the day, you couldn't go back in a game. Once you move forward, that was it. And I made very clear to him, listen, somebody got to work up high, somebody got to work down low. That's how Super Contra works. Okay? Somebody got to work up high, somebody down low. All right? Somebody get the sprayer gun, somebody get the other with the homing missiles. All right? If I got the sprayer gun, I do up high because then I can spray everything that drops down. You do middle of the thing and low. Man, why am I spraying everything? I'm out that thing like Rambo. Listen, don't y'all remember that Rambo game? That Rambo game was the business. If I'm not mistaken, the Rambo game came out on Sega. If I'm not mistaken. That Rambo game came out on Sega. Man, the arguments get so major, man. So I be so mad, like, bruh, why didn't you catch the soldier dropping from the top? Did somebody block Nicole? I didn't. Maud, if you can go back. No, Nicole's still here. No, Nicole's not blocked. She's right there. Yeah, Nicole's still there. She's still there. Nicole didn't get blocked. But I remember that. But we played Paperboy too. I know y'all remember. Oh, she needs to be? Oh, hold up. Well, let me go up. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was tripping. Thank you, audience. Look, let's scroll on up. Oh, yeah. Nicole need to go cook something and stop using filters in her avatar picture. Bye. I took care of that. Thank y'all. Look, we don't play that around here. Yeah, I still play Paperboy. I pay it through the simulator. And you know they be hating on me in this house because I'm good at it. I'm good at Paperboy. I'm good at Paperboy. I still play Paperboy. I'm going to tell you another game I play. Hold up. Before I tell you the game I other play. Paperboy, I'm going to tell you the only time I get mad on Paperboy. Those damn cats. Those cats and that damn drunk man that's walking down the street act like he can't run in a straight line, walk in a straight line. Hate it. I'm like, bruh, if you don't go sit down somewhere and if somebody don't come get these damn cats, that's the only thing I hate in Paperboy. They sabotage you with them cats and that drunk man. See, yeah, Paperboy make you... because Paperboy is fast, and if I be breaking so many windows, so quickly I go from like I have a whole street of customers, and then I'll still be playing, but then I got like one customer. I will literally have one customer, but I don't care. I keep delivering to those other homes because every so often, because I put a paper in the right place, they come back and become a customer again. See, young kids will never know the joys of playing old school games, man. I'm going to put up a video today of this simulator that I love. It's another one I bought last year that I love too, but I don't know if they still have it in TikTok shop. That's the one we play Super Contra on. That's the one we argue on. That's the one we play Super Contra. We played the old school, the original Mortal Kombat. The original. Not this new age shit. The original Mortal Kombat. Yes, you see, back in the day, you had to have great hand-eye coordination. You had to. And they only gave you 3 lives. That's it. There was no saving of progress at all. I know y'all know it. There was no saving of progress. If you started a game and you were doing really good at that game and you wanted to beat that game, you had 2 options. You could just leave the video game console on, never turn it off. You could pause on something maybe, depending on the game, but you can't turn that fucker off because if you turn it off, you got to start all over from scratch again because there was no concept of saving your progress. That did not exist. Y'all children are spoiled because we didn't get to save shit. And if nobody was there to see you beat the game, you never beat the game. Because you would sure call a friend over, hey, I'm on the last level of Mario. You got to come and watch me beat the game so you can tell everybody. Because it wasn't enough for you to say you did it. Ain't like you had a camera phone to take a picture of it. Hell, you probably didn't even have a camera to take a picture of it. So you had to have a witness. Without a witness, that shit never happened. I remember when my brother used to leave the Super NES on for days at a time because he didn't want to turn it off because he didn't want to lose his progress. And he didn't want my mama to see that he left it on because if he left it on, she would turn it off not understanding what was going on. And then he would just crash out. He would just fall to his knees. Mama, that's 30 hours of gameplay you just wiped out. Nothing you could do. Or don't let somebody come in the room and they try to step over the console and they trip it up and trip the game. Oh. Don't let that happen. If somebody trip up the game and it caused the whole game to black out, everybody's shooting prisms at you in that room for the duration. Everybody. They not having it. They in their feelings about that shit. Man, this is taking me back. This is why I love playing simulators. I play old school SimCity on it. Not that new age shit. Old school SimCity. When you were the mayor of a city. And it was your job to build the roads and utilities and get people to come to your city, and then people in your city start getting mad at you, or they will fire you as the mayor. That was old school SimCity. Oh, your family had contests for Space Invaders? Yep, we did that too. I still remember. Look, one of my greatest lifetime achievements. One of my greatest lifetime achievements is beating Galaxia in the arcade, like at the arcade. If you could go to an arcade and beat a game in the arcade, oh, you was on goated levels. You was on goated levels. Mostly because you were able to take one fucking quarter and play the game all the way to the end. Man, it was so awesome. I did that once in my life. Once. I'll never forget it. I was in the arcade and I beat all of the, yep, and eventually people kept coming and they were standing around, and that's why still to today, Galaxia is one of my favorite old school games. I love Galaxia. Man, listen, stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. Oh, what a time to be alive. You wanted to be a celebrity back then or be famous? Beat a game in the arcade. Man, beat a game at the arcade. You are the talk of the community. Oh, you did part 3, Erica. Okay. You listen, if you beat a video game in the arcade, you are the talk of the community. Do you understand? Oh man, you know what I love to do? Zarvis, you brought up a great thing. You brought up Mario. You know what I find interesting? What I love about Mario, I still play Super Mario Brothers consistently. So I have to say, Super Mario Brothers has to be one of the greatest and best games ever created in its simplicity. In its simplicity. Because to most young people, they look at, like they can play this new age Mario, but when you put them on old school Mario, that don't let you save your progress, only gives you 3 lives, oh, them kids have a tough time. My daughter, who plays Mario like crazy, because she's from this young generation now, so she knows how to play Mario pretty good, but the new age stuff, this old stuff, not so much, baby. Not so much, baby. My favorite, like I love the first Mario, but my favorite Mario was Super Mario Brothers 2. That was my favorite Mario Brothers game. And it was my favorite game because that's when they introduced the princes. And the princes could float. Y'all remember Super Mario Brothers 2? You had to pick up they look like turnips. But you pick up the stuff from the ground, and it pops up, and then she could run real fast. And then the princess, she could glide down because she had that dress. Oh, I love too. Because then you get Yoshi. That's when Yoshi first showed up. So you got to sit on Yoshi, and Yoshi could collect those eggs and stuff. Or collecting eggs and throw them back at people. That was the first time Yoshi had showed up. Oh, I beat Super Mario Brothers 2 as well, but we beat that at home. My brother and I, we used to play video games like crazy. We loved video games. My brother and I, and my brother didn't take my brother was younger than me, but he was really good at games, but he never took no prisoners, so I had to be good in order to play with him, or he was going to crush me. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a game. I want to know if y'all remember this game. Y'all remember the Total Recall video game? I remember that game too. Ninja Gaiden. Oh, see, that's why I said I already know. I'm playing my simulator today. I love those video game simulators. I used to love Ninja Gaiden, and I used to love Total Recall. And I remember in the Total Recall game, they even had the X-ray thing. Remember in the Total Recall, the original Total Recall movie, where Arnold Schwarzenegger is walking through the airport thing, and it takes an X-ray, and it's just skeletons? I remember they had that in the game. I remember the Simpsons video game. Y'all remember that video game? That was a good video game. Me and my brother used to play the Simpsons video game. That thing was so fun. That thing was so fun. Total Recall scared you? Oh, I love Total Recall. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. What? I love Total Recall, man. Yep, I still love Tetris. Listen, I'm about to take y'all on the way back time machine. I still have my original Game Boy with my original Tetris game. I still have it. I never got rid of that. I still have it. Yep, still got it. I still got the game stuck in, it ain't even stuck. I've just never pulled it out. I still have the game in there. I haven't tried to turn it on. I don't have a way to, yeah, because it didn't have a charge. Didn't it have batteries then? I need to go double check. I'll go downstairs and double check. Oh, it's worth something? Oh yeah, I love that thing. It was sentimental. That's why I never gave it away. It was sentimental to me. Okay, it was batteries. Yeah, I haven't even tried to put batteries in it to play it. But I remember that thing, man. And the only game I had was Tetris. Because that's the only game I really liked to play on that Game Boy was fucking Tetris. Everything else I ain't really care about. But Tetris, oh. Tetris is still a game I love to play. You still have your Candyland game? Wow, that's worth something too. Original games and stuff like that? Oh, that's worth something. That's worth something too. But, oh, man, I used to, man, today, man, I'm going to play my simulator today. That's why I mentioned it, because I was playing it, and I was like, man, I love playing these games. And why do I love it so much? It brings back so many great memories. It brings back so many great, I remember the Power Glove. Look, I remember that Power Glove. I remember that. I remember Duck Hunt. I remember Duck Hunt. I used to love Duck Hunt. Now, me and my daughter, we still play that sometimes. Because you can play some of that stuff on the Wii U. Not that new one. We don't have that new one. We got the other one from before. You could play that stuff on there. I used to love Duck Hunt. And you could play it on some of them simulators still, too. Duck Hunt is a fun game. Duck Hunt was fun. It's so many games that I used to play. And somebody mentioned Mario Kart, but I didn't say anything about it. I didn't like the old school Mario Kart. I'm going to tell you the Mario Kart that I like. Because we still have our Wii. When the Wii's came out, we still have that. And we still play that. Okay? We still play that. All right? And we have Mario Kart on there. I like that Mario Kart better than the new age ones that kept coming. That Mario Kart was golden. That Wii Kart is the best Mario Kart there is. That's why we still have our Wii. But I'm going to tell you something else we still play on the Wii faithfully. Couple of things. Sims Racing. I don't know why Nintendo didn't make another Sims Racing game. That game is fucking awesome. My daughter and I, we play that thing consistently. Okay? We love that game still. And she got a PlayStation 5, all that stuff. But we still break out that Wii. That Wii's hooked up to the TV. That Wii's, because we still play that religiously. No, I don't remember the Bruce Jenner Decathlon game. But we used to love to play that. The Sims Racing, Mario Kart, Mario Sports Mix. We still play that. Because that was fun. That was a fun game. We still play that. We still play Wii Sports. Like the Wii Sports, we still play that. That was a fun game. There were certain games that Nintendo came out with on the Wii that for whatever reason they did. That Michael Jackson Experience on the Wii, that shit was the business. We still got that. Yeah, we got the game and we got the Wii because we play it from time to time. We had a friend throw the controller at her TV. Oh, shit. No shit. My mom, yeah, that is crazy, man. Those were the days. This is why I still play old school video games. And I invite my children to play them with me. Because they think that their games are so fucking tough. And I tell them, while some aspects of your game are tough, none of that shit is as tough as the games that we played. None of it. None of it. Mostly because you couldn't save your progress. You couldn't go on the internet and get cheat codes. You know how we learn cheat codes? Through word of mouth and just trying. If a cheat code worked on one game, well, when you got another game, you would try it on that game too. That's how we learn cheat codes. There were no magazines we could buy. There was no website. You say, do I still record your record album? What do you mean? I still have records. I do. I have 45s. I have albums. I have CDs. I have Blu-ray discs. I have a Blu-ray disc player. and Blu-ray discs. We are so antiquated here. I have cassettes. I have a cassette player. I got a 45 player. I got a record player. I can play 8-track tapes, and I got some 8-track tapes. Listen. Ain't nothing like listening to music on a record player. Kids don't know what that sounds like. But there's nothing like the sound of music from a record player. It just, when you hear that, stop playing with me before that music gets started. It just takes you back to a time that feels so good. Yeah, I got an 8-track player. It was my grandmother's. When she died, I took it. Yeah. I got a whole stack of old 45 records because they were my grandmother's. Old Aretha Franklin, Temptations, the Shy-Lights, all types of stuff. All types of stuff. Oh, I remember Ninja Turtles on Nintendo. On the simulator, they got the Nintendo game on there. Because I play it on there. I got a lot of old school stuff. Look, y'all gonna laugh. I got a Betamax player in here. Yep, I have a VHS player. I got a couple VHS players and a Betamax player in here. Yep. Because my grandmother still had a Betamax. When she passed on, I went on ahead and just brought the Betamax home. I still got it. My house is a museum. I still got it. Because my grandmother had it. So I just brought it home and never got rid of it. And now I could probably sell them and make a little piece of change. Look, I need to make sure. Betamax was better than VHS tapes. I agree with that. Unfortunately, once VHS came along, it kind of destroyed Betamax. But my uncle still uses Betamax. He still does that stuff to today. My uncle had this thing where he always would record a lot of stuff with VHS tapes and Betamax tapes back in the day. And he has this vast library in his home of taped programming from back in the day. It's amazing. So if you want to watch, he got so, and it's labeled, and listen, be kind, rewind. Y'all, I still got old Blockbuster videotapes in my house. I still have old Earl's videotapes in my house. I'm going to tell you the oldest videotape I have in my house. I'll never forget it. When Earl's Video was going out of business, my mother went to Earl's Video and bought some videos, right? One of the videos that I have is the old school. I have the original video of the best of Saturday Night Live, Eddie Murphy. All the skits that Eddie Murphy was in when he was on Saturday Night Live. Oh, that thing is a classic. A classic. I still have the box that it came in from Earl's. Like, I have the whole fucking thing. Okay? I have the whole thing. Do you understand? Listen, I don't give certain things, if I know, like, it's like sentimental to me. Say it again, Deadpool, and you'll die laughing watching that Best of Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live. Come on, don't play with. Listen, Eddie was hilarious. Because that was also back at a time when Joe Piscopo was still on there. I know the young people going, Joe Piscopo. Joe Piscopo was fucking hilarious. Okay? Fucking hilarious. Those who know. Some of us, we know who Joe Piscopo is. Okay? Right. Eddie is comedy royalty. Long before the movies, we were laughing our asses off on Saturday Night Live. Now, I was too young to watch Saturday Night Live, but I wasn't too young to peek through the crack and watch everybody else. Watch it. Who? Remember who was super skinny and then who was super huge? Who in particular? Damn, not your mama hung you on the door once. Didn't we all get hung up there by at least our cousins? Yeah, we would sneak and watch things. Because in our day, the only way you were going to see it was to sneak and watch it. Like usually what would happen is your friend would sneak a videotape out of their house and sneak it over to your house. And then y'all would watch it there, and then they would sneak the tape back home. Yeah, Piscopo was thin and then got bigger. I used to love me some Joe Piscopo, though. Joe Piscopo was hilarious. I used to love Joe Piscopo. Him and Eddie used to do some good little things. I used to like Benny Hill. Yep, because we've talked about that before. Now, we used to sneak and watch Benny Hill because my mama wouldn't let us watch that because, you know, them ladies. So she would say Benny was very sexual. But we would certainly watch it late at night. And as long as we didn't giggle too loud, we could get away with looking at it. You said you had an Eddie Murphy comedy tape I used to sneak and listen to. Listen, I told y'all, the comedy tape that my brother and I used to sneak and listen to was Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip. We used to sneak and listen to that cassette tape because I don't even know where we found it. We found it somewhere in the house. Some adult in the house had been listening to it. And we found the tape. And of course, there was no cable at the time. So we put the tape in and laughed our asses off. But knew as we were listening to it that we weren't, because kids could not listen to Richard Pryor. When you were growing up, you were told you can't listen to Richard Pryor. You were not allowed to under no circumstances. Richard Pryor was grown folks comedy. Hands down. He was grown folks comedy. You couldn't listen to him. You couldn't listen to Rudy Ray Moore. You couldn't listen to none of that shit. That was for adults only. That was it. Yep. Red Fox. You couldn't listen to none of that. None of that. Because all of that shit was called adult comedy. Adult comedy. Now, shit, now it's no bounds. But back then, we couldn't listen to that. Did you see the new Randy Rainbow? What's that? What's a Randy Rainbow? Yeah, I remember Steve Martin. You know, I was thinking about Steve Martin the other day. And I said, Steve Martin has had a fabulous career. A fabulous career. Because Steve was on Saturday Night Live, of which he was great on Saturday Night Live. But then I remember when Steve Martin started making movies. The Jerk is still one of my favorite fucking movies ever. Ever. It was just that Steve Martin is just, he holds a special place in my heart for me. I grew up on that fucking movie. That movie is hilarious. Even still today, if that movie comes on television, I am watching The Jerk. Hands down. Young people, if you ain't never seen The Jerk, watch that fucking movie. Yeah, Steve Martin is such a great guy. Man, I'm not black. No, sir, you're not. But again, it was a testament to that's all he knew. He only knew what he knew. I don't know if my mom listened to Wild Man Steve. I'm not sure. Not I was born a poor black child. See, y'all go, I'm gonna have to go watch that again because I love The Jerk. The Jerk was fucking hilarious. The Jerk was hilarious. Oh my gosh, that movie, I still, like, I can see him in the white suit in my mind, dancing and shucking and jiving around like a damn fool. That movie it came on TV so much when we were growing up. And it wasn't a whole lot to watch. So you would just watch it. And that movie was fucking hilarious. All the movies with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, they did great movies together. Great movies together. And literally, when we were growing up as kids, those movies were on TV all the time. So you would just watch them. And so that was our childhood. Man, listen, Kim. Don't start with the hear no evil, see no evil. Listen. These were the days. This is why I look at a lot of the old school stations. Because I get to see a lot of the old school movies. Yep, I was just looking at Vacation with Chevy Chase literally a couple weeks ago because it was on cable. It was on cable. And I was watching it, laughing my ass off. Saying, man, I loved me some Chevy Chase, man. Because Chevy Chase had this face that he didn't have to say nothing. You would just laugh. I know y'all remember that. Chevy Chase had the face that would make you fucking laugh. And nothing you could do. You just was going to laugh no matter what. The face always made you laugh. Because on the vacation movies, he was playing it straight. Even though it was funny. Oh, man. Chevy was the man. I used to love me some Chevy Chase, man. I used to love me. Martin Short. Martin Short. That's another one. Martin Short. Special place in my heart for me. For all the movies I saw growing up as a kid with Martin Short in it being hilarious. John Candy, listen, I just watched Uncle Buck like 2.5 weeks ago, laughing my ass off. Was like, man, John Candy, he was gone too soon, man. John Candy was gone too soon. That man was hilarious in everything he was in. Everything. And see, folks be sleeping on Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin been around for a long time. He was in Uncle Buck. Yeah, Belushi was hilarious. I used to love Belushi. I'm trying to remember who Robert Williams was. Hold on, I got to look him up. He's a movie guy. Okay, I see him here. Oh, shit. I didn't mean that. Robert Williams movies. Which one is Rob? Oh, you said, were you trying to say Robin? Because I was like, who the fuck is Robert Williams? Listen. Oh, yeah, Robin Williams. He had great movies. Robin Williams has so many great movies. It's not even funny how many great movies Robin Williams did, especially even back in the day. Especially even back in the day. Like when you go all... Honestly, for me, the thing that... I love me some Robin Williams and the movies and everything, but the thing that always stuck with me with Robin Williams was the TV show he was in back in the day. Because I grew up on that TV show. What was that TV show called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That he was on. Where he played the Mork and Mindy. Oh, he was so good in Mork and Mindy. I grew up on Mork and Mindy, man. I grew up on Mork and Mindy, man. Mork and Mindy was so awesome. And I saw somebody say, The Birdcage. The Birdcage is an underrated classic. You forgot the shrimp. Fuck the shrimp. Oh, The Birdcage. That fucking movie, every time it's on, I'm gonna watch it. Every time it's on, I'm going to watch it. Every time. I say kill the mother too. Listen, I know what you're saying. The baby's going to die, but it's going to go down with the ship anyway. So why not kill them both? What? That movie was so good. That movie was so... Hank Azaria. He don't get enough flowers for his performance in that damn movie. He was so good in that movie. I do not wear shoes because they make me fall down. No, you fall down because you buy shoes that are too big. When they had to make the whole house less gay. And he told them, don't add, just subtract. I love it. His name is Agador Spartacus. What? The name of Patrick Swayze about a boat. I don't know. I'm going to tell y'all another one. There's a movie that I'm telling you is so slept on. And I don't understand how. Oh, I miss John Ritter. Because I still watch Three's Company. Boat Trip with Cuba Gooding Jr. that came out in 2002. If you have not seen that movie, you sleeping. That movie is so fucking funny. It's not even funny how damn funny that movie is. See that movie if you've never seen it. That movie's hilarious. It is a story about how Cuba Gooding Jr. and the guy Horatio Sands is in it too. About how him and Cuba Gooding Jr. They went on a boat trip, right? What happened was they made the travel agent mad. Didn't realize they got booked for a gay cruise, honey. And they trapped on this gay cruise, honey. Listen, that shit is hilarious. But I'm going to tell you what makes the movie so damn funny. Roger Moore is in it. The original 007. He plays a gay old man. Listen, honey. You've got to watch this movie if you've never seen it. I literally say, I love the sausages. You know what they call sausages in the UK? Bangers. It's called Boat Trip. Watch that fucking movie. Rosalind Sanchez is in it. Vivica Fox is in it. Like I said, Roger Moore is in it. Horatio Sands is in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. I watched this movie on a humble just by accident one day. It popped up on cable. I was like, okay, I'll look at this. That shit's hilarious. The shit is hilarious. How they're trapped on this gay cruise. And they thought it was like a regular cruise. And they were like, oh, we gonna get all the women and this, that, and the other. These men are so clueless about the fact that they're on a gay cruise and why all these men are waving. Watch this movie. Roger Moore, for me, is the funniest in that movie. Roger Moore gives a fantastic... I've never seen Roger Moore play a gay man in a movie. That alone makes it a great movie. Because you're like, wait. Roger Moore? And the funniest part is he's a gay man with money, so he's trying to lure them in with his money. Watch the movie. You'll love it. Yes, the movie with Cuba Gooding. Yep, Cuba Gooding Jr. Him and Horatio Sands. They're the two. They're so good with each other in this movie. And the comedy in this movie. I'm going to tell you who else is good in this movie. My girl. Okay, y'all know. Okay, this is going to crack you up. Y'all seen those Conjuring movies, right? Or not even the Insidious movies. The lady who plays in the Insidious movies, she plays the old lady in the Insidious. She plays in this Boat Trip movie. All I'm going to say is this. Because I don't want to give it away. Sis got talents. Sis got talents. That's all I'm going to say to that. Yes, Lynn Shay is in this movie. She is so fucking good in this fucking movie. It's not... She's great at comedy. She's great at comedy. I just watched My Cousin Vinny the other day because it was on cable. "3 degrees above top dead center. My father was a mechanic. My father's brother was a mechanic. My father's father was a mechanic. All my 3 brothers are mechanics." I love me some My Cousin Vinny. Oh, I love me some My Cousin Vinny. My biological clock is ticking. Listen. Stop playing with me. I love... You shot the clerk. I shot the clerk. You shot the clerk. I shot the clerk. The 2 Utes. The 2 wad. The 2 Utes. The 2 wad. The 2 youths. Listen. Listen, Zarvis, it's because I've seen that movie so much. And I just saw the movie like maybe last week. I was looking at My Cousin Vinny, laughing my ass off, knowing that I've seen it 50, 11 times. I still watched it anyway. No self-respecting Southerner makes instant grits. What is your favorite gangster movie? Okay, so as I start wrapping up, what is my favorite? What is my favorite gangster movie? I've seen so many movies. The Iceman. Yep, The Iceman. I had to think about it. Hold up, I could tell you what year. Yep, because with Michael Shannon stars in that movie. And he's really good in that. The Iceman, it came out in 2012. That's a great movie. That to me is my favorite gangster movie. Because it's based on a true story. So I would say The Iceman. Oh, well, wait, maybe I'm wrong. I just flipped. I forgot. The Professional. Yep, I would say The Professional. That is a beautiful movie. I watched that about a month and a half ago, and I still cry at the ending. I don't know why I still cry. When she shows up at the school and she has the plant and she says, listen, my whole family is dead. And if you don't take me in, I'll be dead too. Oh, Natalie Portman was so good in that movie. Her and Renee, they were so good in that movie. They were so good. Now I'm going to tell you what I don't like. Is young people watch that movie now and they turn it into something that it is not. That's what I don't like. Did the movie tap dance on some very uncomfortable moments? Absolutely. But what it also showed you is that man never crossed any lines with that girl. Never. If anything, he was more confused by her. Like, why does she want to be around me? He wasn't the most loving and nurturing person. So he didn't get it. He didn't get why she would want to be there with him. But she felt safe with him. Why? Because he wasn't abusive to her like her father was. Like other people around her were. He wasn't. He actually protected her and took it. That was a beautiful movie. But at the end, when he put her in the vent and he told her, oh, that even just talking about it gets me. That was a beautiful movie and a fantabulous ending. Fabulous ending. Now, Scarface is still a favorite for me, but I would say Professional is the best for me as far as a gangster movie. The Professional. Now that I think about it, that's one of those gangster movies that every time I watch it, but it's not gangster in the tradition. Oh, now you got me with Casino, because I love Casino too. You watch it, you motherfucker, you. Ooh, Joe Pesci was so good in that. Yeah. Oh, that was a good. Casino's a great movie. Sharon Stone was that was just a great movie. Yeah, Casino was a good movie. It's hard. It's so many great gangster movies. Honestly, I like that one that Denzel did. American Gangster? American Gangster was good. American Gangster was a good fucking movie, man. It was a good fucking movie. That was a good ass movie, man. Yeah, it's kind of... Ooh. Yeah, it's tough. Look, I'm about to tell y'all something. I've never watched The Godfather all the way through. Never watched Godfather 2 all the way through. I'm just going to say it. Yeah, I said it. Can I be honest? I never got into them. I never could get into them. No disrespect. I never got into them. Not the Godfather stuff. I never got into it. I respect the appeal that other people have to it. Yeah, I did see A Bronx Tale. That was great. But I've never watched any of the Godfathers all the way through. Never. Never. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I just, yeah, it was never one of those movies. I ever watched. I like The Untouchables, the original Untouchables. That was a good one too. Quiet as Kept, The Irishman was good. That Netflix did in 2019, that was a good ass movie. I didn't like the CGI of trying to make them look younger. That was kind of creepy. And it was a little off-putting for me, Joe Pesci's new teeth and face. Movie stars don't do that shit. Just age gracefully. Just see, Robert De Niro gets it. See, people may not like that he didn't do those things to himself, but the fact that he didn't do those things is really what makes him, that continues to make it really nice to watch him on screen in high definition. When they go fucking up their faces, to me personally, it takes away. It takes away, frankly. In my humble opinion. Yeah, Val Kilmer did that too. And I think it takes away. I think what actors forget is what makes them them is the fact that they look like regular people. That's the reason why people may connect with you so much in a movie. That's why I like that Steve Buscemi won't touch his teeth. I'm pretty sure many people have told Steve Buscemi, do something about your teeth. No, not if you want to be a character actor. Not if you want to be a character actor. That's true. Val did have cancer in his face. That's true. But Steve Buscemi, this is why I love me some Steve Buscemi. I love that Owen Wilson won't fix his nose. Because if he fixed it, it would take away from who he is, in my humble opinion. So he shouldn't fix it, because then he's going to look like his brother. No, he should keep the nose all monkey like that, because that makes him look like everybody else. We can connect with him because of that. We connect with Steve Buscemi because we know people that have teeth like that. He ain't trying. Quiet as kept. Bruce Willis never did nothing to himself. He didn't get those fillers. He didn't do all of that. But yeah, Mickey Rourke, he looked horrible. People should, I'm telling actors, they should just not do that. Because when they do that, they really take away from that thing that draws us into them, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but I just think it takes away. But I want to start wrapping up because I do have to do some domestic stuff today before we get back together today at 5 p.m., right? Don't forget, you guys, we're meeting today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on TikTok because we're going to discuss the movie Run, R-U-N. That's this evening's discussion. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, you know I did not watch it yesterday because I got caught up in watching something else, but I'm watching it today and taking my notes in preparation for us discussing it this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? So if you haven't had a chance to watch the movie yet, make sure to take a look at that movie and come on in this afternoon and discuss with us. It's a panel discussion. It's not just me riffing, talking for the whole time. I also bring people up and we talk about it. We ask questions. We dig deeper. So come on in. Come on back this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think you're going to like it. Run, they say, hold on, I'm going to tell you the synopsis. What the description says. Run is an American psychological horror thriller film where a teenager begins to suspect that her mother has been keeping a dark secret about her upbringing. So that's the movie we're going to see. It was released in 2020. So I want all of you to have a great day. I'll see you back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to say thank you for the 90,000 likes. I appreciate that. That's what we're going to watch tonight. I love that we went in the Wayback Time Machine with each other today. We had a good time because I'm going to play. Look, if I got time today, I'm getting on that simulator and playing some more today. Listen, but I'm not playing with that man in here because he don't know how to stay alive. But I want to send a shout out before I leave. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I want to say thank you to anybody who sent anything, because you don't have to, but I appreciate that you did. Okay. That's the first thing. Second thing, thank you for your time, because TikTok is a huge app. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with me. And I appreciate that, because your time is an important commodity that you can't get back once you spend it. So thank you for that. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. Thank you so much. Number 1, beautiful, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful, and thank you for helping with the moderation this morning. I appreciate that. Number 2, beautiful Stacy D. Thank you, beautiful. Number 3, beautiful Kiana Black. Thank you, beautiful. Number 4, beautiful Living Life. Thank you, beautiful. And number 5, beautiful Dude. Thank you, Dude. And a special shout out to handsome Zarvis. Thank you, Zarvis. Thank you, handsome. I will see you all back on here live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for us to talk about the movie, right? Run. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. I believe it's on Hulu and Disney Plus. So go check it out. Listen, I love you guys. I'll see you this afternoon. What do I always tell you? Don't let nobody live rent free in your head. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys, and I'll see you this afternoon at 5 p.m. Have a beautiful Sunday. I love you, and I will see you this afternoon.